We are here on the Keynote 2, which is user experience multiplied by quality assurance is equal to usability. Another wonderful knowledge sharing session and a keynote coming from none other than Amol Deshpande. Amol is currently serving BMC Software as Director R&D. He's a technology leader with 20 plus years of experience. He has worked with many MNCs like Persistence, Symantec, IBM previously, and currently working as R&D Director at BMC Software in Pune. I fortunately say that I can say this fortunately that I got a chance to meet him a couple of times as a part of ATA community previously. He has innovation patents on his name, and he's also on the EC Council Advisory Board. He is currently responsible for delivering best-in-class user experience for BMC products with enterprise-grade quality. And if you would like to know more about him, please feel free to visit this link or his LinkedIn profile. And we are excited to have you with us today, Amol. Please feel free to share your screen, and then I will hand it over to you. Thank you.
Okay, let me just share my screen. Okay, can you see me?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, good. Yeah. So, thanks everyone, panel member. It was exciting, and actually, I was kind of feeling it should go on, for a long time, because the kind of discussion going on was fantastic. And thanks to everyone, panel member, and Sujata. Actually, in the morning as well, she has given fantastic keynote session talking about leadership. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to talk about the different topic, kind of, where I have the user experience team as well as the quality team. I'm responsible for the product experience for the BMC products. So how it is kind of gelling up, what are the new innovation actually we came up with this one. I'm going to quickly talk about it. Let me just, Okay, quickly I will talk about my story. I'm working in a BMC Software as a director. Thanks, Rituraj, for the intro as well. And I believe every experience is important. Intuitive products right now, what we are going through, the intuitive product experience is more important than ever. And good product experience increase the usage and build actually loyalty and improve net promoter score for our organization. Other than my day-to-day job, actually, I love collaborating. I learn from other people. We just talked about, how to, collaborate, learn, and share, and all those one. I love that one. Just a quick thought on that one. Basically, I feel that our mind is very selfish. And you have to train your mind that this is very important part of your, career. Basically, as long as you can train your mind, saying that collaborating and sharing the knowledge is important, it will start doing it. And that's how you'll start in volunteering it. You will go to the lot of conference, you will talk about it, you will learn as well, from this whole experience actually. And apart from this one, my day-to-day, I am, I love running. I love going out in the mountains. I do a lot of trekking as well. I did the Annumbarna with my family. I do around the Maharashtra, here near about all treks, and I keep having some kind of half marathons and the uphill and down, and so I love that one. It kind of keep motivated, and when you go alone, you keep thinking about new things basically, and that gives you new thought and new innovative thoughts, I will say. Okay, and last but not least, basically, there are some of the appreciations, and one of that one is very near and dear to me is the patent on my name and patent award from the BMC. So I wanted to keep this one as a very interactive. So feel free to add the comment, chat, and feel free to even turn on your cameras as well. It's very difficult when you are having the virtual conference. But as it's a part of our day-to-day life now, so let's try to make more and more interactive. So what we'll do today, we'll go through it very quickly about the quality assurance. Most of you folks already know about it, so I will not spend too much time over there. I will spend some time on the user experience, the relation between the user experience and the quality assurance team, and then how usability come into the picture. And at the end, what is the outcome of all this, our discussion, today's discussion. So you say it takes up to, it's someone kind of, in studies basically say it takes up to 12 positive experience to make up for one negative experience. Right now, even if you think, if you go to the restaurant, and if I ask you, to think about some of the experience of the restaurant, you will quickly think about the negative experience. You will think about, where the service was not good, where the food was not good, or what kind of waiting period was there, because this is the how our mind is actually trained. We keep thinking about a lot of negative, we keep we remember those negative one, but we don't focus on the positive one, because we think that that's a part of a regular way. Negative is something quickly we capture it and we keep in our mind. So it's very important to give the positive experience to our customers, and that's where it's all come into the picture actually. When what most is important is quality. As everyone knows, quality is important. I think that most of our here is working in the quality assurance domain, so quality is important. You go to any shop, you want to buy anything, you will start thinking about why I should do it. Is it a good quality? Even if you are paying a rupee, you will think about that, what you are going out of that one, what you are going to get out of that one, and is it good quality? And that's why for organizations, quality is very important. And who guide this, who turn this one of any product or service into the better one, or who assure that what we are delivering it's better quality, is so service, that's a software quality assurance team. So what about the software quality assurance team? It's a kind of simply a way to assure the quality in a software. It's a set of activities which ensure the processes, procedure, as well as standards. It's kind of suitable for the project and implemented correctly. Most of us are kind of from the quality assurance background, and we are day to day trying to set up some of the processes, trying to test it, trying to build the automations, to make sure that whatever the services, products, or experience what we are giving is with the better quality to our customers. Now we will talk about the user experience. So how many of you know about the user experience? Can you just quickly raise your hand? I just wanted to make it more interactive. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. So most of great. So basically, what happened that when you think about user experience, it's more over the we thought about the user interface. Basically, overall experience of a person using the product is called as user experience. The user experience is how user interact with and experience a product, system, or a service. It includes a person's perspective of a utility, ease of use, and efficiency. So user experience is not about the UI, but the UI plus usability plus look. The user experience refers to the quality of users' interaction with and with perspection of a system. So here again, the quality is very important part of a user experience. Okay, so how many of you have a pet at home? Can you just quickly raise your hand? You have a pet at home? Okay, good. So suppose like you have more than 2 or 3 pets, you can, and you want to build a bowl for them where they can, where you can feed them or give the water to them, and you are someone to kind of build it. So this is like sometimes someone actually, build it this, where you can, you have 3 cats, and for those 3 cats, someone has actually built this. So again, tell me that, what do you think that is the best one? Like give a thumbs up in the chat or something, do you think that it's like it's a good it's a good user, it's good kind of user experience, or it's a good design which is made? Okay, Pallav said yes. Okay, that okay, Cat won't get it. Okay, I think so. No, no. No. See, what happened that when you go for a dinner or kind of lunch in the hotel or somewhere, or you have buffet or something, we human generally sit side by side, and we will generally have a plate, and then we'll eat. Okay, and when you have a pet, basically they will not do like that. Okay, what they will do, because they don't understand what happened over here, basically that someone who built it up, and he thought that the persona is totally different. He thought about the human who will kind of sit over there, or or in the not eat into the someone else's plate and everything, but the persona is totally different. He has not thought about how user is going to use this one. Okay, the user is not, because the users are different, without taking any kind of study, someone actually built it up that one, thinking that one, this is the best. Though it looks good, UI is very nice, but the overall the experience will not be good, because the usability is not there. So what is user experience all about? User experience is look, definitely look, how it looks, how you feel, okay, when you are doing it, how you feel it, and what kind of usability it is. Now by this time, you might have thought about what is the, what might have, think about like what is the usability. So usability is like how easy is the interface to use for the persona who is actually using it. It should have a learnability, efficiency, memorability, errors, and satisfaction. So these are the 5 key elements of the usability. Usability defines the 5 components. Is moreover called as a quality components, basically. Learnability is like, do user find it easy to complete the basic task? Then the satisfaction is, did user have the delightful experience while using this one? Then the errors is, how many errors do users make when the severity and are or are they able to recover speedily? Because while you are using any kind of product or the or the application, then you will see that if there is error, how quickly you can go back and because that there will be no error free, actually, that user is going to make some kind of error, but it should not stick over there. You can come back and start new, actually. And how memorability, this is another thing important, are users easily able to re-establish proficiency after long gap? Like, you are right now also, like, bicycling, you do the bicycling, and then even after 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years also, you will learn. Once you learn that how it's in your memory, you will keep doing it. Similar to for your mobile phone, how even if you forget about that which app you have used some time back, maybe 2 years back or something, you will still go ahead and use it, because if it is having the good memorability, actually. And the efficiency, how quickly user can perform those tasks. Even right now what is happening, that our users are using the basically we are from the enterprise organization, so our users are basically using the Netflix and and the Amazon and other and other the intuitive intuitive user interface, and it's coming up the same expectation should be there for our enterprise applications as well. So it is becoming very important to have the user experience for all those personas as well. Otherwise, what happened that it's kind of having the comparison, and then though the enterprise application may not have the similar need as if for the Netflix or the Amazon, but it is becoming a more and more important that you have to give the better user experience to the team. So it is becoming very important to have these components into your application when you are building it. I can see there's like good comments coming up. Okay, so usability testing. Basically, usability testing altogether is a very big topic, and we will not able to cover this one into this discussion. But what is basically what usability testing does is uncover the problem, discover the opportunity to improve the design, and learn about the user. So usability testing, generally what we as a tester or the QA professional, we focus on the application development, from the development to the delivery. Okay, there is something beyond that. Like even after the delivery, you need to do the usability testing. You need to uncover the problem. There is a whole lot of different methods to do the usability testing. We will share, we'll have some sessions sometime later on. But usability testing is basically that you sit with the user, talk to the user, see that how you can how user is using your application, discover those opportunities where he is struggling, and learn about that one, learn about the user. Like in our previous example, suppose that person who has actually kind of created the feeding bowls for the 3 cats, he might have kind of visited, and he might have saw that how the cats are eating it. He might have thought in a different way. He might have thought to create something different, maybe kind of having the 3 different bowlets totally together, or maybe in something like a triangular shape where they cannot jump on each other, that way. So that's why usability testing come into the picture. See, now we talked about the usability, user and quality assurance. We talked about the user experience. UX design basically focus heavily on having the deep understanding of users, and what they need, what they value, their ability, and their limitations. Whereas the quality assurance or the QA folks, focus on the systematic way of creating some kind of environment to ensure that the software product, being developed to meet the quality goals. Quality assurance and user experience have the two-way relationship, basically. So to see that one key factor unites the discipline of user experience and quality is that core is the usability. Actually, usability is a quality measure of a design. If you think in that perspective, the usability is a quality measure of a design. And to ensure the usability, good UX person does require the QA thinking as well. So it's a good, I will say that, that someone who has the understanding of QA to know more about the user experience, because the landscape is totally changing in the last couple of years. We were only focusing on some of the niche or core, or I will say the customer facing, where they have the different kind of applications. And now the enterprise applications also a lot of focusing on the user experience, improving those. So usability is a quality measure for nowadays for any of the products. So how it is helpful, how it is advantage for a QA, So think about it, compared to the typical anyone else, you have a lot more experience with the interfaces, because you have tested a lot of different kind of interfaces. You compared the applications from the web or from applications from the different domains altogether. So that way you have that good understanding of the user interface. You have meticulously and repeatedly tested so many applications that sometimes that you might have achieved some kind of level, higher order of level. Sometimes what happened in chess, basically when you are playing chess, then some pros basically they will achieve that kind of thinking, where they will think that what will be the move after 3 or 4 moves. That kind of thing happen when you are doing the testing as well. If you go back and think as well, you will whenever there's some kind of application is coming up, or whenever something kind of bug fixes or something, you will anticipate that this is not going to work this way, this is not going to do this way, because that you have that attained that kind of level. Then it generally happen that you will start thinking about that, how the user interface should look, and you will improve that. And overall, as I said, that if humans are going to use this one, what a lot of folks right now done a lot of manual testing. So if humans are going to do this application, it makes sense to get the human perspective out of testing. So before even going for the usability testing, it is better, or I think that organization should look into your own QA to think about to do the usability testing. And for QA learning, it's always going to be less, the learning curve is going to be less other than for anyone else. be it for the be it someone from the development team, or be it from the someone like a product management team or thing. But QA, it is going to be very, very less if they wanted to do the usability kind of this. See what happened that when you have a application where the end user is someone who is like kind of day to day, he is going to use it, then it is the different kinds of use cases. But the enterprise level application will require the different personas, like maybe like admin, or maybe operators, or maybe something else, where the personas are different, and those personas you will not easily get into the market. It will user research. Basically, there is a part called as user research. So user research has to do a lot of things before getting those kind of right personas. So where the QA, who has already that kind of knowledge, he is the best person who can start it with this user. So how QA can perform the usability review? Basically, QA must consider first and learn and understand the UX. Actually, though I saw that couple of I saw that couple of hands that they know about it, but a lot of folks still don't know about the user experience. Still, we are in the user interface. Yesterday there was a good session about the visual testing as well. Visual testing is definitely part of it, but usability or user experience is a totally different thing actually. QA must consider, learn, and understand the user experience. Involvement should start from the designing, when the beginning from the design life cycle, when there is a design sprint going on, you should be part of that one, and start testing the design itself. And what action you can take it, basically, there is usability heuristics, okay, for user interface design. So you should go through that one. You should learn about that one. That's not hard. You are using into day-to-day life as well, so it's better to understand and learn about that one. Learn the principle of accessibility. Just now I saw that there was a question about what is the difference between the accessibility and then the usability. So accessibility is basically with respect to some of the differently abled people, where they want to try to access the application, where the usability is for the any user. Basically, usability is more about the any of the personas basically who is using that. Accessibility is something specifically for the differently able people who can use that one. There are different kind of levels in PAD 2.0 and 3.1, all that one. So where you can claim that when my application is with this much accessibility, this at this level we have attained this accessibility. Collaboration with the user experience team. This is very key. Because this is I think that last 4 or 5 years, that every organization started bringing the UX team, it is better that, QA should collaborate with them, learn about them, what is going on, what's the new things user experience team is doing it. I was with one of the, kind of customer, we were showing them some of the pre-design, basically what we were doing it. And then while showing that design, basically, user experience team actually created the fantastic one, but some of the QA folks from my team itself, like kind of ask this question, like how will the performance will be there, how you are trying to see that, is it possible to have that kind of visualization with this performance? And there was a brainstorming session happened, and then there was a different kind of design built it up itself. So collaborating with user experience team, what happens that it shows the value you wanted to add it over there early in the design cycle itself. So that's like kind of design testing. It helps actually for any designers. I'm talking right now with respect to the QA folks, what need to be done from the user experience team as well. There are things need to be done, but I will not talk about here because most of us are from the testing background. But the collaborate with UX team, include use analytics in your test plan. So now, if you see that there are a lot of analytics actually generated on the SaaS products. Who is testing it? What kind of which features are used, how people are using that one, how the path is going on, how the customer is using. We are developing. It's kind of a study says that we develop 100 of different features, but out of that one only 13.5% of the features is regularly used by the users. So which are those features? How the customers are using that one? Is it the way we thought about it? Is it the right intent? That they are doing it. So that analytics actually you can use it, and you use that into the test plan. It helps to improve the design itself. And again, the shift left approach. right from the shift left approach, what I said that, now everyone talks about the shift left, move it everything to the shift left, start early in the life cycle itself. So this is I'm just again, adding the same point over here, that the early in the cycle itself, you collaborate with the UX team, be a part of that design, be a part of that, when they are designing it. And that helps actually improving the overall, experience, product experience altogether. And use UX principles, while doing your manual testing. Though we have a lot of automation and everything, manual testing is not going up, manual testing is going to be there. We have to do some or other kind of manual testing. And when you are doing it, use those principles, UX principles. What it happens, it uncovers a lot of defects, which will generally, what happens that when users are using it, when users are using it, basically they will not log the defects with related to usability, but they will shy away from using those features. So it's very important that a test engineer should actually find out those defects before even it is released, and that actually helps the engagement of a user. And as in future, opportunities will be going to be for someone who has a complementary skills, and this is going to be a very important skill going forward. And so I think that the skill sets are very important over here. And if you really if you see that all the machine learning, and all those things happening, if you have a complementary skill, you're definitely going to have a good advantage over there. So I wanted to make it more and more interactive, so I will keep it more of the time for the question and answer. I would like to kind of talk about it. The last and important part of it, basically, the Jacob Nelson, basically, he is called as he's like most influential designer. He's the best designer, kind of called it as. So he's once said that quality assurance impact the user experience. And when he wanted to say that one, he's hinting that the quality assurance team should have the usability understanding. He was hinting that the quality assurance team should start involvement into the into the usability or user experience testing. So I think this is time right now that this is a new though the practice is still going on, this is now new going to the each and every application. So it's a time for any of the QA professional to learn about it and and then be a part of this entire thing. So with this one, what I will do, I will quickly wait for a couple of questions, and happy to answer it.
Thank you so much, Amol. It was an insightful session. We learned a lot from your presentation today. And then let's take a couple of questions. The first one from audience is how usability is different than accessibility, if you would like to elaborate.
Yeah, so as I said that, usability and accessibility is a part of user experience altogether, definitely. Usability is specifically when user is using that product. Accessibility is specifically for the people who has a kind of different ability, like, those who have a challenges with the vision, or those who have a challenges with the hearing impairment. So those, for them, what are those things which we need to do it for them? The accessibility is must. For any of the other user, it's more over the usability. I will say that. That's how we can say that, and that's the difference.
Yeah. And then the next one is how we adopt usability testing in advanced terms for QA.
Okay, so as I said that usability testing altogether is as I said that, it's after you release it, how the customer is using it. Basically, you do the control availability for some of the customer, there is a part called as user research. So user research will have the usability testing. They will have a set of questions, basically. They will have a set of instruction to the user. They will give it to the user. User will use that one. They will observe it, how it is going on. They will keep a note of it, where the user is struggling at. Is it like, is he able to remember what we have done it on the last one? Is it like there are a couple of areas whether he is going back or not? So for that one, there is a whole test of different test, and I will take some kind of session on that one later on. But if for any QA person, if we wanted to understand the usability, he should start looking into the user experience and heuristics, where user experience design heuristics, where basically it shows that it tells about, what is the user experience all about. You start learning from there and engage with your UX team early in the release cycle, in their design sprint itself. They will definitely give, I will say that, kudos to you if you early detect those problems, because for a design iteration, it takes a lot of time and effort, because a design change, a button change, your application is going to impact a lot of customers, like, 10 and millions of customers. So that's why, it is very hard. If you see that, somewhere, if in some of the application, you see some of those things, you keep on nagging, but people don't change that one, because it's like become a practice to you. So for any user experience member, designer, it's better for him to get early feedback, so he can actually work on those one and do the iterative designs.
True, true, true. Even I can also correlate to what you have just said, because I have read that book Lean UX from Jeff Gothelf, and then when he talks about the design sprints, sometimes we feel that it's really hard to complete those sprints within 1 week. So it takes time to brainstorm and then empathize with the users and then get those things in. The way you mentioned about one simple button, I can certainly correlate to it. We have a question coming up from Brijesh. Please feel free to unmute yourself, Brijesh, and go ahead.
Thank you so much, Rituraj. Amol, great session. Very nice to see you after a really long time.
Nice talking to you, yeah, because
I have a bit of a long question, so I was like, it will take time to type, so rather I would ask you. So I see that usability and UX are terms or symbols used alternatively, whereas I feel personally that UX is more of user experience and usability is one of the parts of user experience. And what feeds into user experience is a combination of user needs and user behavior, which of course a user research team follows. So my question to you really is how do you encourage some of the practices of including user behavior and understanding the user needs to drive user experience testing?
Okay, yeah. So what you said, Brijesh, is right. Basically, people use that usability and user experience alternately, but the usability is a part of user experience. Usability is a part of entire user experience. Now, how we can do it? Basically, what we did it in our organization, we started a program called as UX Buddy. Okay, and basically, you're talking about how the QA or your QA should be involved, right, into this one. If I'm not wrong, right, Brijesh?
No, QA should also be involved, but my question to you really is how do you encourage everyone to look at it? You did mention in your presentation, and that was a very valid point about user experience being baked into at the design level itself.
Yeah.
But my question really is how do you make sure that developers, testers, designers, architects, everybody comes together, because UX is everybody's baby, right?
Yes,
it's
exactly.
for everybody.
So we have a couple of things. Actually, I will go one by one. For the QA folks and designers, developers, basically we called as a program called as UX Buddy. We run a program called as UX Buddy in our organization, where we invite people from the different orgs. It's a central org which I lead, basically user experience. So I involve the other product teams to get involved into that one, nominate or volunteer as a UX Buddy. Be a part of it. Start right from the start of the design sprint. We teach them as well. There are sessions, monthly sessions going on. We talk about the what is that UX heuristics, what are those accessibility testing and usability and all those ones. So there are sessions going on, and that's how making the interest to be generated. The second part, which you said that how we can involve it, we do the check-in sessions, called as this kind of check-in sessions, where when designers actually design something, it is shared with everyone, right from the product management, a developer, UI developer as well, and then the testing agent. So that we kind of, this sprint team will have this person who designer who will actually design it, and he will share with him that he will show that, entire design and get the feedback. Once the feedback is there, he will improve on that. That's how we do the iterative sessions on the improving the design. And that's what happened, that that as we have these check-in sessions, those coming from the QA, he will think with respect to the QA, or the developer will think that how I can implement it. With the UI developer will think that, hey, whether I can do it with the UI and all that. So that's how we encourage people to be participate into this session. This is like monthly sessions. We have check-in sessions where every designers actually present their design and get the feedback. I hope I answer your question.
Indeed, Amol. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Can I ask one question? Amol, Swapna here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you answered 90% of my question. But as we want to involve in the UI design at the earlier of the project, but my question is that there is a predefined UI, will get it even for the BI and BX designers, that is say that McKinsey, right, where we'll have the template of the things. But what happens is that after the few implementations of the UI decisions approvals, as a team, we want to involve, but the approachability of we involving as a time, we don't have a parallel sprints running into that. Take, for example, now I want to change a apply now CTA button. Because that is not the user friendly, or say that it is like double clickable because of the iOS interface and Android. Again, we have various variations. But to differentiate that, as you said, like I think like your organization is giving some approachable trainings on that, but those trainings need to be implemented, because our UI designer is not dedicated to one particular project. They'll be working for 2 to 3 projects, because I have involved from the day one. Still, I am keep on learning, but the way you told to implement, that would be like very high approach. But how sustainability is the real thing here? Okay. Because your team have a dedicated team, but we don't have that, right? Again, it is a budget variation for our organization. So many factors.
Yeah.
So Amol, can I step in? I think we are running short of time. May I request you to take it on the chat, because it's already 13:38.
Okay.
I know it's a very interesting question. I'm really sorry. Rituraj, I had to step in. So
yeah, no problem. I was about to say something, so we have a time check.
Okay, yeah. So what I will do, I will just connect with you and then I will answer it. But just in a quick question, the data, we should talk about it, what you are talking about it. If you have a data, solid data supporting that one, that should take up to the UI folks and, try to say that, change that one actually, That's why I said that, user data is very important. By the way, thanks for this opportunity, and it was great talking to you guys. I see a lot of questions as well, I will try to see that, how I can answer it, and feel free to reach out to me, at any time.
Sure.
Thank you so much. That works. Thank you. Thank you so much, Amol. Thank you. Thanks for the session. And then